Well, I guess it was just a matter of time before I was going to have to make this video. People had been asking for it. People had been curious as to what's been going on. And for a while, I've been thinking to myself, maybe I should make something about this. And I guess now's as good a time as any. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you are somebody who watches the channel regularly, which thank you, you probably have noticed a bit of a trend over the past couple of weeks to months, and that is that there has been a significant lack of Deep Rock Galactic content coming out. The last thing I posted was, I believe in May, the Rogue Core class selection video, and then ever since then, it's been a little bit more dormant. There's been a lot more different stuff going on. I've been doing a lot more Helldiver stuff. I've been bleeding into Space Marine stuff for a little while, and people have been curious as to where the Deep Rock content has been, to why I haven't been playing as much of it, or as to whether or not I'm going to be making more content about that. So I figured I might as well make a video talking about that and addressing what's going on in regards to it. This video is going to be a lot less formal, not nearly as much editing, and just kind of a bit more of a informational dump and talking video. So if you're not into that, I completely understand, but this is just a way for me to sort of get my thoughts out there and to sort of communicate with you guys as to where I've been, what I've been doing, and why things have been a little bit more off on the channel recently. So first, if you are somebody who has not watched in a long time and you're curious as to why the upload schedule has changed or why I've been doing a lot more different things, a while back I made an update video talking about how a lot of the scheduling and all of the content on the channel is going to change, primarily because a lot of aspects of my life have been changing over the past couple of months. I got a baby on the way, and also me and my wife just recently bought our first house. So if you guys understand anything about that, you know that that is also extremely stressful. So between those two things and my full-time job, things have been very stressful and difficult to sort of keep track of and juggling everything. Hence why I had to go back down to my original one video a week. And I'm sure you guys understand everything about that. Anybody who has a very busy schedule, I'm sure can empathize with that. As for where the Deep Rock content has been, I have been playing a good amount of the Rogue Core closed alpha in my spare time. I've been putting in a decent amount of time into it. Not as much as I would like to, just because, again, I've been busy with other stuff. And also, the second reason is because since it is just a closed alpha, since this isn't even a beta, I know a lot of stuff in the game is going to change from when the beta or even the early access does eventually come out. So I kind of don't want to invest too much time and effort into putting videos out for stuff that's probably going to change. And I kind of want to wait until the game is in a much more of a stable place where we have a bit more definitive ways as to how things are going to work, how missions are going to work, because the videos that I have put out for it, literally a few days after those videos came out, some of the content and some of the information was outdated. So that's where a lot of that comes from. As for normal Deep Rock, unfortunately, there's just not much going on right now. And that's kind of putting a pause on my motivation to play the game right now. In fact, as of right now, I don't believe I've touched the game since early April, which is kind of a record for me. I've never gone that long without playing it. Normally, I at least play it once or twice a week or something along those lines. But as of right now, there's just not much going on. After the Easter stuff, there just has been a lot more of a focus on Rogue Core, which I completely understand. And I know a lot of people have their issues and opinions on that, which that's a whole topic for another video. And I've made a couple of videos talking about that. But as of right now, there's not really any content or any stuff to be made in regards to DRG at the current moment. Yeah, I could do more build videos, but the builds that I do, basically everybody already knows or are pretty common builds at this point in time because people have had so much time to experiment. The deep dive videos, the deep dive guides covering them every week, they were fun to do for a little bit, but they were a lot of work, especially to get them out as fast as I wanted them to. And because they become irrelevant to the week later, they don't really have a whole lot of retention and they aren't really that good for the YouTube algorithm, which, as much as I do love making videos just for fun, I do have to kind of keep that in mind. So when you make a video that a week later just becomes completely irrelevant, it just didn't really pan out the way I was expecting it to. So that's kind of why I stopped that series. And as for the other things like the meme review, the fan drip, and all those types of fun little videos that I've done, I just haven't really had a chance to do them because I've just been focusing on other things. I've been very busy, like I've said, in my personal time and in my personal life. And I've been just enjoying playing other things as well, especially Helldivers right now. If you guys have seen on the channel recently, I've been playing a lot more Helldivers because the game has been significantly updated in many different ways that, to me at least, have been making the game a lot more fun and a lot worthwhile getting back into it. I've also been playing a lot more Space Marine with all the updates that are coming out from that, and I'm playing more Dark Tide now that the big updates are coming out for that. And I'm also just playing more stuff with my buddies. Now, all this is to say that I'm not abandoning Deep Rock in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to. It's not on my radar at all. It's just a case of, as of right now, there's not really a whole lot of content to be made for it because, as I've said before, normal DRG is kind of in a stagnant place right now. There's just not really much going on until we get any sort of information on Season 6. If Season 6 is even going to be a thing, which that's a whole nother problem. And Rogue Core, while it's fun to play right now, especially given that they're updating it constantly, it's still just a little bit too early for me to want to make any sort of true content for the game, since a lot of the stuff is probably going to be changed by the time it actually comes out. And personally, I have been having a lot more fun experimenting and going into different games and making a whole bunch of different things. The Helldivers videos I put out recently were a lot of fun to make, and I very much enjoyed that. The Space Marine videos have been really nice, even though they haven't gotten a crazy amount of views. I still very much enjoy the game and I appreciate the people who have supported those. And I even just have more ideas for other stuff that I want to do outside of that. I did a couple challenge videos, the BioShock video I made not too long ago, which if you haven't checked out that video, honestly been one of my favorite videos to make over the last couple of months. And I do want to do more stuff in regards to that, maybe not necessarily in terms of Deep Rock Galactic, but just in other videos or other games as well. I have a couple ideas for things I want to do, and I do want to try to just experiment and broaden my horizons a little bit, because the problem with focusing on one specific genre or one specific game specifically in this case is just when there's not much going on, there's not much to cover, and that's kind of the problem I'm hitting right now. Even more casual gaming experience like my repo video I did a while back, that was a ton of fun to go through, and I really want to do more stuff like that where it's just me and my buddies and all of us just going through and enjoying this fun game that we find, or just seeing the shenanigans that we go through. That has been a lot of fun as well. I guess the main takeaway that I'm trying to do with this whole video is basically just saying how, while I don't want to stop doing Deep Rock Galactic content entirely, it definitely is going to get paused for a little bit just because there's not a whole lot going on in the game right now. And I'm sure most of you can understand that. And while the whole thing between Rogue Core versus Deep Rock Galactic and, you know, what the devs are planning on doing with the game going further is a whole topic for another video, I still personally have faith that the series is going to be going strong, but I also do want to continue to expand out into other games and to other recesses, because that has been a ton of fun to do, both from a content creation standpoint and also just from a playing standpoint. It's really hard for me to play the same thing for a long period of time. Even if I am really enjoying it, it just, something in my brain just doesn't allow me to do stuff like that. And I'm assuming there's other people out there who feel the same way, which if you do, let me know down below. So in summary, Deep Rock isn't going anywhere. It's just kind of being paused right now because there's not really much going on in the game right now. So expect to see some more Helldivers stuff, expect to see some more Space Marine stuff, and maybe just a couple other challenge videos or some interesting stuff going on that I have planned, because I have one idea specifically that I'm not going to mention because it's a very big spoiler as it gives away what it is I'm planning, but it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I do not know when it's going to come out or when it's going to even happen, but it's not even remotely related to anything I put up on the channel, but I hope you guys would at least be interested in seeing it. And I especially want to thank you guys for being so loyal and understanding of everything that I've gone through. The past couple of months have been a very stressful time because the numbers on the channel have not necessarily been as good as I'd want them to be. But you guys have been very consistent and enjoying the stuff that I've put out, which is nice because I've very much enjoyed the stuff that I have been putting out. And thank you guys for listening to me ramble for a little bit. I know that this was not necessarily the most interesting or ridiculous video. I'll probably have some Rogue Core footage in the background for you guys to watch, for you Subway Surfer enjoyers out there who need something to focus on. And thank you again for all your continued support, and hopefully you guys will continue to support me in the future. And as always, I hope you found this video informative and entertaining. If you did, please be sure to let me know by hitting that like button and consider becoming a member today, as it really helps me out a lot. Peace out, everybody. I will see you in the next video.